How do you make a modded Minecraft server in 1.20.1? We're going to go over everything you need to know to get your modded Forge server up and running in this video. First things first, I do want to mention this isn't a 24-hour server. It's only meant for your friends and family, and it's hosted on your own computer. What does all that mean? Well, you're going to need a pretty good computer to run this server. Modded Minecraft servers are extremely resource intensive, so keep that in mind. You're also going to need a good internet connection because it's using your own internet. It also is a private server, meaning it's not meant to be given to anyone except people you would invite over to your house. That's because anybody who gets the IP address of the server we create in this video is going to be able to DDoS you, hit you offline, and figure out where you lived under your latitude and longitude coordinates. But that being said, what if that all sounds scary to you? What if you don't have a good computer? Or what if you just want to start a server in the simplest way possible? Well, that's where our company, SimpleGameHosting, comes in at the first link in the description down below, the breakdown.xyz/simple. When you click that, it will take you here. This is SimpleGameHosting. It's incredibly easy to create your server. Just click Get Started and select the package you want. We recommend 4 or 6 gigabytes for a modded server. Some mod packs do require 8 or 10 though, and yes, we've got one-click mod pack installation, so if you want to make a mod pack server, guess what? That's super simple to do at SimpleGameHosting. Go ahead and click Get Started, and once you do that, it's going to take you through the purchase process. The important part here is that if you want to create a modded server in 1.20.1, you want to come under the version here and select Forge. Once you've done that, go ahead and click Continue, click Checkout, and go ahead and complete the purchase process. After your server has been purchased, you will get this, an account created email. Go ahead and click Set up your account, enter in the password you want, and click Reset Password. When you do that, you will be taken to the panel. Your Forge server will look like this. The panel will look like this when you join into it. You can click up here in the top right to copy the IP, paste that into Minecraft, and you'll be able to join. Just make sure that you are playing Minecraft with Forge. As far as adding mods go, we have an in-depth guide. If you scroll down right here, you can simply click this, and this is an in-depth guide on how to add mods to your server, but I can quickly show you here. Just go into File Manager. You will have this mods folder. Click on that and drag and drop your mods into here. Literally just from your desktop, from your computer, drag and drop them, or use the upload button. We can then go back to console and just click restart and your mods will be activated. I do want to note though that all of your mods have to be installed locally in your local mods folder as well as on your Minecraft server. Unfortunately, that's just a limitation of modded Minecraft servers. What about mod packs though? Well, we have tons of mod packs here, and for example, if you wanted to install all the mods 8, you would just come here, click the version, select the newest version, which is this one here, and click Install. You're going to get this warning that your server will be wiped by installing a mod pack. That's kind of obvious, but that is something worth noting. Click Yes, and then the mod pack will install. Once it is complete, the page will refresh. You can then navigate back to the console tab up in the top if you haven't already and start your server. And now your mod pack is installed. It's that quick, it's that easy, and you are good to go. However, if you do have any issues installing a mod pack, guess what? There is live chat support for you to get help 24 hours, 7 days a week. Just type in your name, type in your email, and go ahead and start the chat. We are here to help you out. Nevertheless, you can use SimpleGameHosting to get your server up and running in the simplest and easiest way possible at the first link in the description down below, the breakdown.xyz/simple. Nevertheless, what if you don't want to start a server with SimpleGameHosting? Well, that's where creating a Forge server locally comes in. Let's go ahead and get started. In order to do that, what we want to do is go to this link. This is the second link in the description down below, and that takes you to an in-depth guide on how to get Forge in single player. That's a good thing because you are going to need Forge in single player, and we're going to be doing that in this video, but your friends who join the server will also need Forge in single player, so you can send them this guide and it will help them out. Nonetheless, once you're here, go ahead and click on the yellow download Forge icon to go to Forge's official download page. Once you're here on the left hand side, you want to click 1.20 and then you want to select the 1.20.1 version. From here, come under Download Latest and click on the Installer button. That will then take us off to Add Focus in most cases. However, currently there's some issues with Add Focus, so if you're watching this right as it comes out, the download will begin right away. If you are taken to Add Focus, don't click anything on that page. Just wait about 10 seconds and then click the skip button that appears in the top right. When you click that skip button in the top right, Forge will then start downloading for Minecraft 1.20, just like it did for us here. Now you may need to keep or save this file depending on your browser. It's 100% safe to do that as long as it does say Forge 1.20.1 in the title, which stars does. Now we can go ahead and minimize our browser. And once we've done that, we want to create a new folder on our desktop. So right click, create a new folder. You can name this whatever you want. I'm going to name it SimpleGameHosting.com because it's the easiest way to start your Forge server. Now, once we go ahead and open up this folder, we then want to find that Forge file that we downloaded. For us, that's going to be in our downloads folder. So come to the left-hand side, click on this PC here. I have to scroll down to find it and then go to downloads. And there it is. There is Forge 1.20.1. Let's drag that to our desktop. Now, to do this, we need to install Forge. So right click on Forge, click on Open With, click Java, and click OK. But if you don't have Java here, what you need is Java 17. Java 17 is required for Minecraft mods and Minecraft servers. So you better believe that it's needed for a modded Minecraft server. And this guide goes over everything you need to know to get Java up and running for Minecraft 1.20.1. It covers truly everything. You may also need to run the jar fix, and what this is going to do is take all the jar files in your computer and link them back to Java, but only run the jar fix after getting Java 17. Nevertheless, at this point, we can minimize our browser, and we can open up Forge again with right-clicking and opening with Java OK. Now, once this is open, we want to do two things. First, we need to install Forge locally because, again, anyone playing on your server needs to have not only Forge installed in their own Minecraft, but also every single mod you add to the server installed too. So let's go ahead, click on Install Client, click OK. It's not going to download and install Forge. The only reason this wouldn't work is if you've not played Minecraft 1.20.1 before. If that's the case, go play it. You may also have issues if Minecraft or the Minecraft launcher are open during this process, so make sure those are closed out as well. Nevertheless, once it's complete, you'll get a message that says successfully installed Client Profile Forge for version 1.20.1. There it is. Click OK and it will close out of that. Now, before you delete anything, we need to go ahead and open up Forge again. So right click on Forge, click on Open With, click Java, and click OK. Now this time, instead of installing the client, we want to click on Install Server. As soon as we click on that, we're going to get this red box, this warning basically that something's not quite right. We'll go ahead and click on the three dots here to open up basically a file explorer where you can then navigate to desktop, and then we want to find the folder we created. In our case, that was SimpleGameHosting.com. Just click on it right like so. It'll turn blue. Click open, and now the red box disappears, and you can see the folder we created is listed there. Go ahead and click OK, and now it's going to download all of the server files needed to start a Forge server in Minecraft 1.20.1. It's downloading everything right now. It's getting everything set up and running. That way we can start our Forge server. Once this is complete, we'll also get a success message, right like so. Successfully downloaded Minecraft server and installed. Click OK. And now, if we open up this folder, it's going to have a lot of stuff in here. It's going to have the run.bat, it's going to have Java arguments and libraries. Now, in order to start your server, double click on this run.bat file. If this doesn't work, you may need Java 17. We've already talked about that later, but make sure you go grab it. By the way, you can delete this Forge installer file from your desktop if you want. Now, when you first start your server, by double clicking on that run.bat file, you'll get this, basically a failure. Failed to load eula.txt, press any key to continue. So go ahead and do that, and now you'll have this new eula.txt file. Double click on this to open it up, and then assuming you agree to the Minecraft EULA, which we do, change EULA equals false to EULA equals true. TRUE exactly like that, and click File, Save. Now what we want to do is close out of this EULA file and double click on the run.bat file again. Now at this point, your server is going to start. But keep in mind, right now, you're the only person that can join this Minecraft server. For your friends to join, we're going to need to port forward, and we will be covering that later. But first, let's just confirm that you can join it. To do that, we want to go ahead and open up the Minecraft launcher, and before you just launch into Minecraft, you want to make sure that you're launching Minecraft with Forge. I've said it before, and I will say it one more time, and probably a few more times in this video. Everyone playing on your server needs Forge and the mods you've added to your server installed locally in order to join it. So for us, right now there's no mods, which means all we need to do is just select Forge from the drop-down list, click play, and click play again. When you do that, Minecraft will launch with Forge, and we'll be able to join this server. So here we are, Minecraft is open, and you can see that we're using Forge. Not only does it say Forge beta at the top, but even if Forge wasn't in beta, in the bottom left, you can see Forge here. You've also got the mods button. It's another indication that you're running Forge. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and join this server. If we go to multiplayer and click direct connect, our IP address is going to be localhost. This is the only You are the only person that can join your server via this IP address, but it's a good way to test things, make sure things are working, and that's what we're doing now. So if we go ahead and click join server, it's going to join us on in. Now, if for whatever reason you can't join doing what I just did there, right? You can't join using localhost, it's probably due to Windows Defender, and that's actually a very common problem, not only for you not being able to join the server, but also your friends not being able to join the server. So there's a guide on how to fix that in the description. Speaking of your friends joining the server, we've proved you can. How do they? Well, in order to do that, in order for your friends to join, you will need to port forward this server. We're going to cover it all in depth, but it is worth noting that port forwarding is the most difficult part of this process. And if you have any issues, you don't have to port forward on SimpleGameHosting or other third-party remote hosts. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and close out of Minecraft. We're also going to stop our server. To properly stop your server, come over here in the console. Both of these are the same thing, and you can type down here on the last line on both of them. It doesn't matter which one you do. And what you want to type is stop, right, like so. That's then going to stop the server, as you can see, close out of everything, and make sure everything's saved properly. That's how you always want to stop your server. So for this, what we want to do is go ahead and open up command prompt. So type in CMD into the start menu, and you'll have command prompt here. In command prompt, what we want to do is type ipconfig, ipconfig, and hit enter. When you do that, you're going to get a bunch of numbers. What we want is this first thing here and the data from it. So I'm going to open up Notepad, and in here I've already got these typed up, but what we want is our IPv4 address. So for me, that's 192.168.1.2, and we can see right here it is on the first line, IPv4 address 192.168.1.2. Our default gateway is right down here, it's a few lines down, and it is 192.168.1.1. So very similar, just that last number is different. In my case, it might be more prominent for you, the difference between those two, or it could be very similar. It doesn't matter. That's why I'm showing you how to find yours, because yours are probably different from mine. Nevertheless, once we've got these numbers, we can close out a command prompt. It is worth noting about the default gateway, though. If you have a default gateway that's both numbers and letters, look at the next line under it, because under it, there'll be one that's just numbers, and it'll be blank to the left of it. That's the one you want. You want the one that's just numbers. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and close out of this, and what we want to do is open up our browser. And then in a new tab up here at the top in the web address bar, I think is what it's called these days, but where you would normally type in simplegamehosting.com, thebreakdown.xyz, youtube.com, up here at the top, what you want to do is type in that default gateway. So let's go ahead and copy this default gateway and paste it up here at the top. When you hit enter, you're going to get some sort of a login box. This is what mine looks like. Yours may be in a more pretty page, like a GUI style page that looks a little better, or it may just be a new tab. It could be a plethora of different things, but some sort of login box will appear. What you enter in here is your router's username and password. This is different than your Wi-Fi password, and in the description we have an in-depth guide on how to find your router's password. Start with method 1, work your way all the way down through method 5. Most people find it by method 4. I understand nobody wants to contact their ISP, but unfortunately, that can sometimes happen. But nevertheless, as you can see, once you get to method 3 or 4, you're trying default passwords and resetting it to the default info. So usually by that point, you can log in. Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and log in to my router, and I will see you once I've done that. So here we are. This is what my router looks like. Yours probably looks completely different, and that's okay. Not only am I going to go through a lot of the basic terms and potential locations of port forwarding in this video, we also have a guide. Of course we do, in the description down below. And this video is the real highlight of this guide, and it goes through how to port forward on all of the most popular routers out there. Netgear, Asus, AT&T, Comcast. It's all covered in that video. And even if your specific router is not covered, I'd recommend giving that video a watch, because we cover all of the most popular routers, and even routers that are more popular that we may have missed in that video use very similar software, and the terminology and locations of things are very similar. So it's important to just watch through this, see all that information, and then once you've done that, you should be able to figure out where it's at in your router. That's kind of what I would recommend doing. Figuring it out, clicking around, seeing what you can find. You're not going to break anything unless you save changes that you're unsure about, so just make sure you're only saving the port forwarding changes that we go through. However, in your router, you're probably going to be looking in like an advanced tab, an administration tab, a security tab, apps and gaming, port forwarding / port triggering, NAT gaming, NAT gaming, or NAT forwarding, NAT forwarding. I've also seen it be NAT and gaming, NAT gaming. So there's a lot of different stuff you're looking for there, but you're looking for port forwarding of some sort. For us, that is going to be advanced, and then advanced again, and then port forwarding / port triggering. Now, it could have been in security, it could have been in administration. Those are also very common places for port forwarding, so don't worry if you have to go into those. Just kind of look around. You're looking looking for port forwarding, it could be bundled like this, port forwarding / port triggering, or even called single port forwarding. Nevertheless, once you're in your port forwarding section, it'll probably look something similar to this. Now, you could have a place where you add a new port forward, or you may just have a big list of empty boxes. If that's the case, start with the first one. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and add a new port forward in my case, and then this is where things become more similar. So for our service name, our ID, our name, our identifier, this is just what this is for, which is for a Minecraft server port forward. Once you've got that identified, your protocol is always going to be TCP/UDP, UDP/TCP, or both. And it might literally be the word both. Now, keep in mind, if you can't, for whatever reason, select both of these, do this twice, leaving everything else the same, once for TCP and once for UDP. But nevertheless, once you've got both of these selected here, we can move on to port. Now, anything involving the word port, P-O-R-T, it's going to be 25565. Anything involving the word port. So external port, 25565. Internal port, guess what? 25565, because that word port appears. Outside port, inside port, first port, second port, initial port, ending port. It does not matter what it's called. If it involves the word port, enter in 25565. For internal IP address, what we want to do is enter in that IPv4 address we found earlier. So in my case, that's 192.168.1.2. Now, you may also have a drop-down list instead of an internal IP address. And if that's the case, what you're going to do is select where you're creating this port forward at. So for me, that's going to be right here, and you can see the IPv4 address is the same as what I found earlier and what I entered there. So that all matches. In some cases, you may have an external IP address, an outside IP address. This is going to be your public IP address, and luckily everyone watching this video needs their public IP. So in the description down below, we have this, which is what's my IP address, and it shows you what your IP address is. It also shows you the information someone can get from your IP address, which is why it's important to only keep this server with your friends, your family, people that you trust. Now let's go ahead and click to copy this. You just click right on the number and it will copy in. Yes, you can only see 43 here because we don't want to give this out to anybody and everybody, just like you shouldn't either. So nevertheless, if you did need this in your port forward, go ahead and paste it over here, but make sure you apply, save, keep your port forward. And then once you've done that, boom, now your friends will be able to join. How do your friends join your server? Well, it's actually pretty simple. That IP address we just copied, you're going to send that to them. And then once you've sent that to them and you've started your server, your friends will be able to join with that IP address. By the way, double click run.bat to start your server. I'm going to go ahead and launch up Minecraft and join via the public IP. I know I can do that because my ISP allows it. Some internet service providers do not allow you to join via your public IP address. If that's the case for you, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. As long as your friends can join via your public IP, you can always join via localhost. If your friends do have issues, it could be a problem with your port forward, but I'm assuming since you just went through this guide, it's probably not that. Most likely it's Windows Defender. And as I mentioned, we have an in-depth guide on Windows Defender in the description that will help you out if, for whatever reason, your friends cannot join your server. Now, if you've added mods to your server, they may not be able to join because of not having the mods added locally either, so keep that in mind. Unfortunately, there's a lot of variables with modded servers that could have issues. But for us, we're going to click multiplayer and we're going to direct connect. We then want to go ahead and paste that in there. Again, you can see 4.3. Everything else is blacked out. Click join server and we will join on in. Now that's what it should be. You may have noticed there was a bit of a jump cut there. We are still connecting with this server. It's eventually going to time out. I'll fix this issue earlier in the video in post, basically in editing, because it's a simple mistake. But this will show you how easy it is to make a simple mistake and mess up a part of your port forward. Literally, all I did was in this port forward, mistype one number. The internal start port. Instead of putting 25565, I put 25665. Now, if you go back and play it earlier in the video, I have very carefully made this correct. It's not going to be wrong in the video because I want this to be correct for you when you're watching. But it is worth noting that that is how simple and easy it is to mess something little up and not be able to join the server later. So watch this. If we go ahead and we select this and edit the service, just edit the port forward, we're going to go in here, we're going to change that internal port, start port specifically right here to correct one, 25565. That one number is all it takes. Click apply. It's not going to apply this. It's going to save the port forward again. And now if we go back to Minecraft, what's cool about networking is nothing has to be restarted. Watch this. If I just go ahead and I direct connect, again, you can only see 4.3 for security reasons, but we join the server. It logs right on in. And that's what's great about networking. You don't have to restart anything. It just works. One of my favorite parts about it. But nevertheless, here we are. We're in. We can now join. And now your friends can join via your public IP address there as well. And if you do have any issues, it could be that port forward, like I just said. We all make mistakes, and that's a perfect example there. And on top of that, it could be Windows Defender. That's the most common problem I see with Minecraft servers and people not being able to join them once they've created them. And we do have a guide on that in the description. Could be an antivirus, could be another firewall as well, but Windows Defender is usually the most common one. Nevertheless, you might want to add mods to this server, and I bet you do. There's a video in the description on how to do that, but I'm going to quickly show you kind of the gist of it. First things first, any mod you install needs to be for Minecraft 1.20.1. And on CurseForge, you can actually filter out for this, right? So what we can do is come to the left-hand side. We can select it's for Forge, and we can select it's for 1.20.1. Any mod needs to be for 1.20.1, as I stated, but also for Forge. Fabric mods and quilt mods will not work. You've got to get Forge mods. You've got to get 1.20.1 mods in order for this to work, and there are tons of them. Once you've got your mod downloaded, for example, if you were going to download just enough items here, again, making sure that you're downloading the 1.20.1 version. Once you've got this downloaded, where do you put it? Well, you actually want to put it in two places. One is going to be on your server, right? So if we go to our server, we're going to add it right here in the mods folder on our server. So to do that, you just simply want to right click and copy it from your downloads folder and go back to the server. Again, this is the server mods folder, and paste it in here as well. But that's not the only place this needs to go. Every single person, you, your friends, and anyone else needs to be running Forge, but they need the mod installed locally. So we go to Minecraft here, Forge is open, click mods, click open mods folder, and paste that just enough items mod here as well. Now, keep in mind that we're still not done because we need to restart both the server and Minecraft, being sure to stop the server using the stop command in order to make things work properly. We also, again, need to restart Minecraft because, well, we installed a mod, and every time you install a mod locally in Minecraft, you have to restart Minecraft. So you need to restart both of these, your server and Minecraft. Making sure, by the way, to play Minecraft with Forge, because if you don't play Minecraft with Forge, the mod won't even be active. And of course, that goes for your friends as well. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but it is very, very important to make a note of that because it's the most common issue with Minecraft and modded servers is that people don't have the installed mods locally as well as having them added to the server. Nevertheless, though, at this point, everything's up and running, right? Minecraft's up and running, the mod's installed on the server, the mod's installed locally, and what we can do is make sure it's there and join this server. Once we've joined the server, if we open our inventory, there it is, just enough items is installed. That's the simple and easy part of it. I would recommend looking at, the description pages of mods and things like that, especially like biome mods and all that, to make sure there's nothing special about mods. For example, there are compatibility mods that need to be installed and stuff for some mods, but that's the easy gist of it, if you will. Nevertheless, that's how you can create a modded server in Minecraft 1.20.1. If you've got any questions, let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.